MVP programs like Mentors and Violence Prevention.
And it basically teaches younger students, using older students, about how to handle situations that may be violent or upsetting.
You teach them about violence and victim blaming.
The MVP program is a group of students within our school that help mentor younger years against violence and teach them how to stay safe.
We teach younger kids about stuff like cyberbullying, online abuse.
Educating them on different kind of stuff like rumours, body shaming, and how to deal with the problems.
To teach them about being active bystanders and preventing violence around the school so that they can grow up to be better people.
It's a programme about teaching younger people in younger generations about what can happen through violence from different ways of like abusive, physical or emotional, and it teaches them a lot about different ways of how to prevent it, how to spot it, how to report it.
Say if the school had like problems with racism or something, then MVP can help teach the kids about like the right way of approaching different groups of people and like stopping like racism and stuff.
It helps teach young people how to like stop bad things from happening and keep themselves safe and help keep others safe too.
To help younger years understand the importance and impact violence has on other people and how it can negatively impact them for the rest of their lives.
It works best as a peer-to-peer programme is because when you're teaching a smaller group and you're more like when you're together in age, you understand each other more. So like children get on with children more than they do with teachers, so I feel like that's why it's better.
It makes more sense to hear something coming from a person who is more or less the same age as you, as it's more relatable.
Other children can deliver other children a more eye-opening experience because they've been in their position more recently.
Whereas if it's like a teacher, you don't really take them as serious because they don't know what you're going through as a person, so it's different.
It's not like just teachers telling them stuff, it's like us relating to them, so they get the message better from us.
A lot of the time, people my age are afraid to speak to adults because they feel like judged.
Having someone that's around in your age group, someone that can relate to the things you're going through at this current time is better because they know how to cater to your age group more than like someone who's older wouldn't really know how to relate to younger people.
I think it works best because we're talking about situations that maybe these people may have been through or will experience in the future, and I think it's easier for them to hear how to handle it from someone who's their age and also is maybe going through similar situations as them.
Can you call the first person to the stand?
As a mentor, I've gained various skills such as being able to present myself, increase my self-confidence.
I've gained the skills to talk to younger children and tell them the importance of helping other people.
Confidence to talk like in front of a group, and also probably friends.
A gain of knowledge in a way, because I wasn't really that, like obviously I knew about online bullying and that, but I learned it in a better perspective when we were doing the training for it.
I just feel more educated on like different situations, and I feel like now I know what to do and I wouldn't just stand there and let something happen. Do you know what I mean?
I've learned some things about topics and situations. I've also learned how to work with younger students.
I've also learned to sort of have confidence in myself so that I can like speak in front of people. So I used to be quite scared of speaking in front of people.
I've gained definitely confidence in speaking to like groups of people and public speaking as well, but I also think it's helped me learn myself how to handle situations like that, like situations where somebody may be being violent or I was worried about someone else. It's really helped me learn how to handle these situations and learn how to be better in the future.
It's given me a lot more confidence to do more public speaking or just speaking in front of people in general.
I've definitely gained a lot of confidence in speaking to people in like audience settings and just presentations in general.
Public speaking skills and just like how you can like care for other people.
We've gained a lot of trust with younger children, like in the school.
I feel like it's also given, for me personally, it's given me a lot more confidence, because before this I hated talking in front of crowds, made me very anxious, but I feel like I'm a lot chiller now about it.
When I was doing my first lesson I was quite nervous with teaching them, but by the time I got to the last one it's definitely got a lot easier, with teaching them.
Any other questions? No. Okay. Right. Thank you very much, witness.
Personally, I've seen a fair few impacts. Some of them have been reporting to, for example, the mental health is one of them. Someone asked me to talk to them about it and I did, and then we've helped that person and currently helping them. And there's a lot more people reporting stuff.
From my perspective, I think that the mentees have been able to understand how important it is to talk about violence.
They gain a lot more confidence when it comes to dealing with things that they're not so used to, like peer pressure, all that type of stuff.
I know it's definitely given them more of a relationship with older years so that they can talk to us if they need to. I know I've definitely developed a bit of a friendship with some of these people from the younger years, and I know if they need anything they could come talk to me.
I think they enjoy interacting with us and sort of us taking an interest in them.
I feel like the impact that it has is it's made them more aware and how to help a situation where they normally wouldn't help out. I feel like now they know how to react on it and how to take on it.
More talkative to the older peers, more talkative to me and my mates that's in the MVP programme, and more open.
I feel like as time went on, they definitely started changing behavioural wise. They started being a lot more respectful, started listening to us more.
I think they know how to how they can deal with violence and abuse and fights now, and they in my sessions they helped each other, talked to each other, and shared their experiences. They would have learnt about how to stop bullying and how to combat it.
I think it's opened their eyes to things that maybe they didn't know were happening, or things that they've seen happen, and open their eyes to the fact that outside of these issues there's a way to solve them without putting yourself in danger, and help them learn how to stand up for themselves in a nice way.
I've had a lot more younger students coming up to me and who knew me from the programme saying I need help, can you help me, and then me being able to actually help them with it.
They really they sit down, they listen, and once the classrooms and they're out of it, they actually take what's happening in the lesson and bring it outside.
I feel like they do listen to what we're saying, and I feel like they trust us, and so when we're not in them sessions, sometimes I'll get the younger years coming up to me and asking me how I am and talking to me, and I think it makes me feel like I know that if anything happened to them, they'd come and talk to me.
Shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
MVP has definitely decreased the violence in school.
I've seen less violence in the school and more people more willing to talk to older people about what's going on.
I feel like the changes now that I've seen is everyone's I've started to get along more. There's been a change in behaviour and attitudes within everyone, and everyone's communicating more with each other.
We've seen a lot of more year 7s being nicer to each other and that.
You can see how eager the year 9s are to become mentors and to teach like they were taught, and you can see how much the year 7s behaviours have improved and how much they want to follow in our footsteps as well and see us as role models.
There's not really been much fights, and they've just been better as a year group. Yeah, I'm really proud of that.
Compared to some of the older years where they didn't have MVP, I've noticed a lot of them get along more, if that makes sense. There's not as many, I don't see as many arguments from the younger years as you do with the years that didn't have access to this programme before.
I feel like I've got closer to everyone because of the programme, and I feel like just walking around school, I'll see people that I know through the programme and I'll be oh hi, so it just feels more safe.
Safer and more friendly.
A lot more of the people who we've mentored, a lot of them have gained confidence through the sessions. I've noticed at the start they wouldn't answer questions, but they've become more confident and have spoke to members of their form who they wouldn't normally speak to. Some of them have as well.
I definitely think that people have been kinder to each other. And also I see when maybe there are people who are being mean, a lot of people, rather than just standing by, have started telling teachers about it instead of just standing there.
I've seen the younger people come to like also the teachers more when there's a fight happening or when they've got something wrong.
I see a lot more people who are usually a bit sadder or a bit walking down. They're more happier, a bit broader shoulders, they're up a bit more and they're a lot more happy and smiling than what they were.
There's a lot less of the typical name calling and stuff like that. There's a lot less of it, especially in the year group we did the sessions with.
I see more people like going out together. If something happens, they literally go tell a teacher, they go tell us, they go to their friends and try to stop like bad things from happening to each other.
I feel like people are more comfortable because the year 7s like they'd see year 10s and not see them as scary because we've spoke to them, do you get me? And like they're more comfortable around in school.
Even the year 8s from last year's mentors, you see them doing like a lot more good stuff rather than, you know, messing around, like play fighting and stuff like that. You see them doing less of that and more normal socialising.
Everyone is responsible for doing something, but people don't get involved because they might fear it. What if they become a target or they're not sure what to do?
An active bystander is someone who like actively deals with the situation rather than seeing the situation just leaving it.
An active bystander is just somebody who stands up for like things that they know are wrong.
Someone that acts in a situation instead of just walking past it.
They're going to like stand up for the person, or they're going to go and tell someone that it's happening to make sure that that person's okay. And I think it's really important because you don't want anyone to feel alone.
They can go and tell someone's actually notified of what's going on.
So, for example, if it's in school, go to get a teacher. If it's something, for example, on the streets, it's bad, they could end up calling the police.
I think being an active bystander is important because obviously a lot of things happen in school now in the public and a lot of people don't pay any attention to it, so I think being an active bystander and getting involved and trying to stop things is kind of what we need more of to kind of prevent stuff like that happening in the future.
If you like sort of help them out, then you know that you've done something good and you know that it's going to be resolved in a way that's like just and in a way that's going to help others.
It's really important because if nobody does anything about an act of violence, the issue can never be resolved and it will always be something that will affect someone and it will be an unresolved issue for a very long time, which can have a very bad impact on somebody's mental health.
When there are more than one eyewitness, people often assume that someone else will get involved and they don't do anything themselves. That someone else will do it. What's that called, everybody? It's called the... Well done, that man, the bystander effect.
The MVP program is important in school because this is a really important time where we're changing into the person we'll be for the rest of our lives, and it's important that we learn these good values that come from the MVP program at this young age before we grow older, so that when we go out into the world we can show other people how to be a good person.
I think it's important because it teaches young people how to be better. Like it's taught me like not to just sit there silent, like stand up for myself, don't let anything bad happen to anyone, and I just feel like a better person because of it.
I think it's important because it's a very good life skill to have for when you're growing up, even as teenagers or when you're as an adult.
It's important because obviously not only in school but in outside situations they can then apply what they've learned into real life scenarios.
It helps you learn about loads of topics like racism, abuse and you can understand people's behaviours from it that you normally wouldn't understand.
I didn't know about most of the stuff that I'd been taught before, so I think it's good that I've been able to deepen my understanding by trying to teach other people about it.
I'd say it's important because it teaches younger people about what they can do to help themselves if they ever find themselves in some sort of situations.
It's really important for the younger years to have to like know that if they are facing some kind of bullying, some kind of a form of violence, that they have the means to safely like report it or do what they need to get that solved.
It just gives young people that like kind of thing that people are there for them, people know what goes on, and if they're struggling they can talk to someone. If they don't want to talk to someone, then like face to face, then it gives them like chances to talk to people online, like the resources that we give them
It makes people who don't have a voice finally realize they have a voice to like speak and stand up for themselves.
How did you do what you did? I never did anything. You never did anything. Okay. So there's been denial. Okay. Sit back down, please. Right, I should call the victim, please.
I think it will help me in the future because I now have learned that it is okay to go ask another person for help and you don't have to go through everything by yourself.
By taking part in MVP, I feel like it'll help me be more like aware of my surroundings when I'm older, and in the future it'll help me, like, for example, if I witness something, I know how to approach it, whereas a year ago I wouldn't know how to approach it as I do now.
I feel like I could stand up in front of like a bunch of people and be able to talk about any subject without like feeling like afraid.
It gives me more confidence in speaking to people.
Made me more confident to speak to like more people. So like, say I'm like presenting when I'm older or like leading a meeting, then I'll be more confident speaking to people.
I'm a lot more comfortable now speaking to bigger groups of people and about like controversial topics.
It's going to help me going into universities and colleges and getting jobs. It's changed me as a person, because obviously we get the sessions before the year 7s do, because we learn about it to teach them, and it's like a really eye-opening experience, and it changes your whole mindset really, makes you want to do more about things that are going on, less than just watching it and doing nothing about it.
It'll definitely help a lot with understanding a few more situations that could happen to myself or to other people that I know and are quite close to me, but also it would help me be able to stand in front of someone and tell them certain things.
Already I'm seeing a great change within myself. Obviously, in order to teach someone, you have to understand the importance of what you're teaching. And so that has made me realise the impacts of violence itself.
They might take away stuff from the lesson, but I also take away things from the lesson that help me outside school.
I think it helps by giving us good values that are attractive for an employer, and also I think that this helps us that when we're in a workspace working with other people, I think it really helps when working with other people in communication.
It helps you as a person really, but also when you get into like universities or colleges, it's really good to have on your CV as well. That's a really good plus side to have.
I could use it in my CV, saying I was in the MVP programme.
It'll be something that I can speak to other people about, and I can speak about in like interviews if I go for like job offers and things like that. But as well, I think it'll be useful because I'll be able to use it in like everyday life.
I've been able to have an impact with the younger years in that they can grow up to be better people, and that I've become a better person from these sessions is so rewarding.
I feel like it's made me quite like a team person, so I feel like if I went to a job and I had to be in like a team situation, I feel like I'd be able to lead that team or just be like a part of it, and I feel like I work well with people now.
I can put this on my CV, and many universities will be delighted to know that I've been working in the MVP process and helping like younger people mature.
It could help me because now that I know about this stuff, if I have kids later on in life, then I could be like, I was a mentor and I taught about this, and this is what this means.